Have one more time. Missed out on the Olaf ban in Game 2, but it is back and well and truly there now for OMG. Rye's going to be banned away from M3 as well. Callista is going to fall. M3 not wanting to pick that one up, not wanting to let that one get through, and Twisted Fate away from Cool as well.
Yeah, and relatively similar pick ban phase so far. Have to see whether OMG stick to their guns.
Yeah, whether M3 do decide to change up what they're going to be banning away. Of course, Elise did hit the bench last time. Loveling was able to play that in the first game, definitely managing to secure the victory. And Elise on the blue side going to be banned away. Yeah, interesting.
Have to see whether M3 target one of San's champion pool. Of course, they banned Nautilus last game, or whether they pull the trigger, just get rid of the Azir or the Vayne.
Yeah, force OMG's carries onto something else. Vayne is going to be banned away, so Uzi not going to be able to pick up that champion. Double Uzi bans with the Callista and the Vayne.
And it's amazing. From substitute back on the starting roster, already double bans after one set coming through on Uzi. People love to hate him, but he draws a lot of attention on Summoner's Rift, Atlas.
He most certainly does. Victor is going to be first picked away here for OMG. And Condi just going to lock away the Gragas.
Yeah, so prioritizing Gragas over Rek'Sai here. Mainly a pick away from Loveling. Loveling's Gragas has been really good, but also shows that he can play other things in this set so far, at least. Have to see whether Lupa grabs the Nautilus for a double pick away here. Actually, once again, hovers a thresh, locks it in.
Yeah, so support and jungle not giving away too much at M3 thus far in their draft. Now OMG to try and pick up the next portion of their comp. We'll see what it is going to be. Gangplank. Interesting consideration. Loveling blocking away the Rek'Sai, so more than happy to grab that again. Cool. Honestly, looking like he's just a little bit unfazed. Probably wants to go to bed.
He always looks like that, though.
Yeah.
Cool is a very smooth dude.
That's why his name's Cool, Spawn.
Is it? Is that the story behind his name?
I don't think so. It just fitted well.
It did.
But still hovering the Gangplank. We'll see what he does decide to go with in the end. And Uzi, wow. Locking in the Caitlyn. So, Spawn, we've been talking about this all split long. Uzi's Caitlyn, the way that he punishes for every single CS, and now it's going to be actually on display.
We hope. Could be really bad as well. Haven't seen anything so far. Yeah. But it is definitely one of the old school champions that he liked to play. And that's what he just sits in brushes, auto attacks champions. He was the person that initially said, just give up the first 6 CS. Doesn't even matter if you grab it. Shoot them 6 times, and after that, they can't really approach. So we're going to have to see whether SMLZ is able to withstand the punishment in the bottom lane. See whether he goes something like Corki to just see if he can farm from range. Or once again, whether they lane swap. Caitlyn, not a great lane swapper.
I really like SMLZ hovering over the Varus, though, because, you know, Season 3 All-Stars, the 2v2 battle in the Magma Chamber was won by Xpecial and Doublelift with that particular duo. And it is going to be locked in. Swan, are you there? Hello?
Okay, so Varus going to be locked in. I don't mind the Varus pickup. That story, I think, actually just took precious space up in my brain that I'm never going to get back. But Dade is locked in Kassadin. That's, of course, one of the few counter picks that we see against Victor in the early game at least. Trades relatively efficiently.
I wasn't lying. They did actually win.
I'm sure they did. I have no doubt about that.
Okay, cool.
But how that translates to Summoner's Rift, I have no idea.
In a 2v2 laning situation, it's approximately the same.
No, because there's a jungler. And the one thing that Varus sucks against in a long lane is jungle pressure. And Loveling can just go down wherever he wants, team up with San, and put out a lot of pressure against SMLZ.
Well, the Maokai once again going to be locked in here for going. San looking at the cow. 1 second to go. Alistair, no, not going to be the pickup. Annie going to be locked in here for OMG to round out the lineup.
Good initiation right now out of OMG. Flash Tibbers, Twisted Advance, Loveling's Flash Knockup. So much ability to be able to chunk out large members when you couple it with the Victor's ultimate. And this is going to be difficult right now for M3 to withstand. They don't have much mobility on their AD carry. When you look at Flash Tibbers and the like, SMLZ's going to be in for a world of hurt. All of a sudden, maybe regretting the All-Stars Magma Chamber, whatever the heck it is, duo that he and his good friend Love CD have opted for in the bottom lane.
Well, Fizz is currently being hovered here for Looper. Definitely a decent pickup into Maokai, but you're exactly right. I mean, Varus is pretty horrendously stationary for a lot of the time, isn't he?
I just love the fact that you have Varus facts everywhere.
I'm a fan of the champion.
I know you are. Looper goes with Fizz.
He is. Going to lock it in. Smart teleport Fizz there in the top lane. Going to be able to put some pressure down onto the tree. We'll see whether the lane swap is going to come in, of course. Notorious lane swappers are the old OMG, but probably will want the 2v2 as they have picked up the ultimate lane bully in Caitlyn. And not only Caitlyn, but Uzi's Caitlyn.
Yeah, exactly right. When you couple it with something like Annie, it just increases the kill potential because it sets up ganks so well, zones people away from creeps. Both have relatively high attack ranges at the start of the game. And I want to know whether Looper goes for AP or AD. Fizz in the top lane. We've seen both tried extensively.
By Flandre.
When you think about good AD fizzes, you maybe think about Zatai.
Yep.
The beginning of Flandre. When you think about good AP fizzes, you think maybe Flandre up there in the top lane tried to make it work for the longest time.
Yeah, you think of AP fizzes, you also think of Zatai. I think he tried that one out as well. Coach is going to shake hands. We are going to go over the lineups here as M3 desperate to try and stay in this best-of-5 series. Going to take the Maokai into Looper's Fizz, who was last picked. So they're happy about that one. Loveling going to take the Rek'Sai into Gragas matchup. Excited to see how this matchup is going to go in the jungle.
Yeah, Condi really needs to get on his bike. Cool versus Dade. It will be Victor into Cassid, and Dade needs to make sure that he can stay even or better in this lane, because this one in the bottom lane, we've alluded to it a lot, but you feel it might go in their Caitlyn's favor as Uzi takes on SMLZ's Varus.
Yep, San with the Annie there as well, just to augment the aggression, and Love CD going to try and deal with it on the Thresh. He had a great Thresh game first up. We'll see how this is going to go as we get closer to the Rift.
Yeah, and a lot of early game work needs to be done from M3. They need to be able to get a lead, otherwise OMG might be able to get ahead.
Well, let's see if they can as we hop onto the Rift. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the Rift for Game 3 between OMG and M3. Once again, OMG on our blue side. We're going to try and close out this series with a 3-0 victory. M3 holding on for dear life. And to do that, SMLZ picks up the Varus.
See whether he can make it work as we have a 4-man stack in the bottom lane. M3 may be looking to catch out the OMG lineup, but they're stacked as 5. They've got the numbers advantage. Uzi's going to face check.
He is going to face check. Of course, the rest of OMG then find their way out. Stunned up is Love City. SMLZ getting some cheeky auto attacks, but first blood for Uzi. And has he got it every single game? Almost.
That's going to be rough.
It was already going to be rough. You can hear actual sadness in my voice, ladies and gentlemen.
That's going to be further rough.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want me to say, man. Now he's got a longsword if he wants.
Yeah, he does. Extra potion as well.
And they're going top. They think that that is where SMLZ is going to go. See whether they're spotted out by any of the wards here and whether OMG make a beeline for that bottom lane when they see them. They ping them out. But no, they will commit to the lane swap one more time.
Okay, very strange. So, San is going to at least head towards the mid lane. But Uzi?
Well, Looper is going to be very far behind now. That is one thing for sure. And it will be an AD Fizz. You see Doran's sword, blade, going to be the start for Looper. Wow, English eluded me currently. Here's my first language.
Surprise, surprise. San looking to try and steal away this red buff. The very best that he can. Loveling getting annoyed by Love CD as well. He just turns around. He's like, oh, I'll take you down, boy. Not happening. Dade getting some pressure on a Cool. And of course, both Cool and Uzi have switched up their champions. And M3 probably thinking they're lucky stars. It's like, okay, lane swap. Cheers, guys.
Yeah, isolate the victor who's just going to be able to hard shove. Means that all the farm going to go onto Dade. SMLZ should be able to pick up a lot of CS as well. The fast push coming through.
Yeah, good going. Take a fair bit of damage in the jungle there, but you can see the rest of M3 heading towards this bottom lane.
Diving, what are you going to do?
Diving go going is certainly something that a lot of teams do like doing.
Yeah, and he lives through all of it.
Yeah, does tend to be what happens. San's down here, Loveling as well, picking the fact that probably is going to be that sort of four-man stack towards the bottom side of the map. M3 are going to retreat, take down their blue buff, and move on.
So isolated mid lane right now, no jungle pressure has gone towards that. So it's not very new, because M3 very rarely gank mid lane for Dade, who is being punished in CS right now, 20-11. Cool, once again, able to get an early lead.
Yeah, just relentlessly shoving this wave forward and forward.
So you have to think about when these teams will peak and trough though. So Maokai is really good at a lot of the stages of the game once he gets to level 6, because he's a good initiator with flash twisted advance, and his ultimate's just always going to be useful. We take a look at some moonwalking in the mid lane.
Yeah, fancy footwork right there.
Caitlyn's one of the AD carries that is like a 3-item AD carry, meaning that she needs the Infinity Edge, needs either Phantom Dancer or Static Shiv. I really prefer Phantom Dancer, and the Last Whisper. Otherwise, won't get far enough ahead as the game goes on. Whereas Varus, he's a little bit weird, because it depends on what build you go. Do you go the Archer build, something like a tier, and just try and fire out as many Qs from range as you want?
Much like the mid lane Varus would.
Yeah, or do you go for something a little bit more standard? Infinity Edge or Bloodthirster into some attack speed, in which case he's really good at 2 items both times because of the way Varus's W works. He's quite good at chunking out tanks as well as squishy members, so maybe an earlier spike in this game at least for M3. As they're going in for a gank. That's a lot of creeps though.
Yeah, Uzi and Loveling trying to pick on someone. There's the flash knock up. Uzi once again helping pick up another kill. Loveling grabs the second one of the game.
And Looper legitimately left his top laner high and dry. He was like, I want nothing to do with this. Sorry, his jungler.
Yeah,
and just scooted out.
And OMG already with a 1,300 gold advantage. Cool, just farming out the mid lane quite happily. But Dade has managed to turn that one around. Picks himself up a blasting wand when he heads back to base. Misleadingly, actually, a defensive option as well. Gives you a little bit more of that spell shield. Love CD and SMLZ still just hanging out here on the bottom side, trying to deny going.
Once again, Loveling is in the top lane, seeing if he can dive Looper this time around. Looper teleported back in. He's got himself a longsword. He's not really going to do that much, probably working towards an early Trinity Force, and the dive is going to come through.
Yeah, Uzi shooting the turret first up. Looper, see whether he can get the funny business enough down as Loveling tanking up the turret. Looper takes about half of his health, but Loveling can't tank for too long. Looper just gets denied a bunch of farm, but in comes Condi. Loveling going down solo. Looper with the ignite. That's the first kill for M3.
Yeah, and he has blue buff now, so that's a good news story. As Annie now joining Uzi in the top lane, level 4 to level 6. Annie's level 3. Love CD also up here, so 3 members strong. And SMLZ isolated against Go Going.
Yeah, Condi and Love City looking to try and put some pressure down as well. Uzi completely out of mana.
Might get stopped here.
Yeah, he's at least going to be able to shoot a ward. Love City not going for any death sentences, anything like that. Very even is the farm of these AD carries, but 1-0-1.
Oh.
SMLZ has to be careful. Go Going. Taken down relatively low, but he's able to shrug off a lot of these.
And he has flash available right now. Yeah. SMLZ has to get the heck out of that lane. Summon a spell, burn, Go Going. Wins a 1v1.
Yeah, going very aggressive. SMLZ just wants to hold the wave over his side of the rift. Actually decided to head back to base at this point. Lots of wards. Look at OMG's inventories. They've got massive stacks of green rewards in the back pockets of 4 members. Pink ward just put down. Another one still in the hands of Loveling. OMG looking to really knuckle down with the vision control at the moment.
Still hold a 500 gold lead, but you have to think with all the wards purchased, that might actually be a little bit closer. Vision's great if you can make kicks off it or keep yourself safe to absorb farm.
Yeah, but they can see the insides of their wallets so well right now. Look at that. Wards everywhere.
have to see whether they're able to use them to gain any advantage over the map, as now we're finally seeing the 2v2 lane without any turrets are falling. OMG did use it to pick up a kill in that top lane.
So, San and Uzi. San holding on to the stun. As SMLZ is doing his, misses the cannon. And the melee creep.
Nightmare on the rift.
See, look at how good Uzi is at zoning you away from creeps. Oh, hang on. Easy arrow dodge there. Death sentence as well. Not finding too much. San moving forward now that those cooldowns are up. And Uzi just on a safari. More than happy to wander around. Dade looking for something there, but spotted out by a ward. Tremor sense by Loveling, going to see him, even if he does walk past it. He's going to head over, pick himself up at blue buff, helped out by Condi. So, game has calmed down, 800 gold the lead for OMG.
So prolonged laning phases actually suit different lanes for different teams. So OMG right now in the bottom lane, one in prolonged laning phase, that's Caitlyn's strength. Want to continue to chip away, put pressure on the bottom lane turret. Top lane definitely going to go in Lupa's favor, however, because he will become a legitimate anti-carry. AD Fizz deals with one member incredibly well if you go tank after the Trinity Force. And that member will probably be the victor, because then Dade just going to be able to leap onto the Caitlyn and make her life miserable. Caitlyn not going to be able to outrun a Kassadin. So you can see 2 damage threats, 2 anti-carries being locked in from M3, and this is generally what you want to do. There's a difference between an assassin and an anti-carry, because assassins generally kill you in like one burst. Like you're thinking like full AP Fizz. Like that's a genuine assassin. He lands a fish, hits you with a Q, you die. Whereas AD Fizz, he just kind of sticks to you until the end of the earth and chases you down. Like, no matter where you go, he will find you. I think like Smite Hecarim as being an anti-carry because he goes Bruiser as well. Lupa going aggressive.
Yeah, there's the Chum the Waters. Does clap his hands, just go going. Uses the Twisted Advance and the Flash. Gets himself to safety, but that's no Summoner Spells burn for M3. Go going is going to be without his Flash. We'll see whether there is a return vision.
A lot of damage on SMLZ.
Yeah, Preseeker comes in, Loveling looking to try and get something done. Bulls Hunt coming around as well. There's the Scrying Orb, M3 getting corralled underneath their turret. There's the teleport from Lupa as well. Chains of Corruption onto San. He's underneath the turret, but look at Uzi's damage as well as cool as he blows his load underneath the turret. Dade, he's looking to try and clean this one up. Uzi right in amongst it, flashes forward with the Peacemaker, but Love City not going to die.
Dade left alone.
Yeah, no, he is in a lot of trouble. Will need to move out from underneath this one as San. Uzi actually tanking up the turret. Tib is now going to take over, and OMG with a nice dive net themselves a 2-for-1.
I think it was a 3-for-1 in total, wasn't it?
Yes. SMLZ died first up.
SMLZ also died, so 3-for-1 in favor. And you see Uzi smiling on your screen, guys. Having a great time right now. And OMG, 3-0-2 AD carry. Going to go back, probably finish up an Infinity Edge, and the game's going to get rough.
It's going to get very, very scary. Maybe even grab himself Berserker's Greaves and that pickaxe. Get himself towards a bit more of a pushing build. Has the pickaxe, has the boots, Avarice Blade. Oh, it's the banker Caitlyn right here. Doing all the work that she can. Only 10 CS in the lead over SMLZ, but that's a 0-1-0 Varus, who doesn't have the extra 1,600 gold that Uzi has.
Yeah, so extra longsword and the Avarice Blade. Going to be a lot of that as well as boots. So combat effectiveness, there's really not that much difference between SMLZ, but siege potential in this mid lane going to be difficult for Dade to survive the onslaught that is Caitlyn at this stage of the game.
Yep, ace in the hole onto Dade, takes him just above half health. This wave just gets destroyed. Turret as well. Uzi doing a bunch of work. Doesn't have his flash, but does have the heal available for this siege.
And I don't know whether they have the wave clear to stop it. They need to bring Varus over, but Uzi's just unrelenting. Wow, that pilt over Peacemaker.
Yeah, Dade going back to base here as well. Love City trying to dodge everything, but this is under half health for the turret. SMLZ over to the side, explosive cast to try and disengage, but OMG turn around, destroy the creep wave. Pilt over Peacemaker and Death Ray together for so much wave clear.
Certainly is the case. They maybe abandon mid lane. No, they're going back to it. This is unrelenting siege. Loveling gets hooked. Doesn't really matter at this stage.
Oh, San chunked by that piercing arrow.
But all of a sudden, no piercing arrow on the wave. Tier 2 going to fall. Big wave bottom lane. Who's he going to go soak that up? And OMG are 4,500 gold ahead at 12 minutes in.
Yeah, ridiculous. They have got all of the momentum this series. M3 looking like they're struggling to work out what their identity is in this game. They're getting dictated to, Spawn.
And, you know, Dade against the OMG lineup and Uzi, one of three scenarios was going to happen because not all of them could make Worlds this time around, of course. Dade on Ozone then blew the last 2 Worlds occasions. Uzi, Starhorn Royal Club, and the whole OMG lineup. And this time, looks like previous world champion Looper and Dade not going to be able to carry M3 through.
Yeah, of course. Dade, world semi-finalist last year. Looper actually managing to take the title in the top lane. Samsung wide. San is going to kill Love City. So a 3-man stack is going to easily lock that one down. Tibbers came through. OMG grabbed themselves another kill.
Yeah, 2 people strong in the bottom lane. Looper and Dade against Uzi.
Yeah, Uzi is so dead as Dade is able to get that kill. Takes a lot of health off him, but that is going to be the first one down. Infinity Edge is there. SMLZ running away from his turret. There's the Chains of Corruption, but Tibbers is tanking
the real hero there.
Yeah, SMLZ so dead. Loveling grabs the kill. That could mean the turret now is cool as Pesh all the way up to this inhibitor.
Tony needs to be careful. He's nearly in kill range.
And cool, he's only got 2 extra augmentations on that Hex score, still doing so much damage. 12 CS in the lead over Dade. Dade with the tier now, as opposed to grabbing a Negatron Cloak first. So finishes off the Rod of Ages, now builds the tier. We'll have that one stacking up quite nicely. It's better than a 17-minute tier though.
Certainly is.
Still not like
3 minutes better. Oh, it's not horrible at this stage of the game.
Well, I guess M3 is still wanting to wait a while before they're going to be able to really find anything that they can do to get themselves back into this one. 7 CS the lead for Uzi, but wind out of his sails just a little bit now that he has fallen down at least once. Looper understanding that he does still have the ability to kill an AD carry on this Fizz. Definitely a good idea. Does have Phage now, Sheen as well. Only the Zeal proponent away from that Trinity Force.
And now a lot of pressure on Looper Dade. You know, SMLZ, he's been held down. Hasn't really been able to get much working, but there still are only 2 threats on the OMG lineup, and Cassidy and Fizz should be able to deal with them. So it's up to Dade and Looper to try and win this game. They're 6,000 gold behind at only 15 minutes in. All of a sudden, bottom lane tier 2 now going to be under fire. Going looking for SMLZ once again in the top lane. He's going to find him.
Yeah, and there's no turret to walk back to here. Level 10 to level 9. SMLZ now starts shooting at him, but he's not going to be able to find too much. Understands that basically it means he's just going to take more damage from the ultimate. Condi, he's taking to half health here as Loveling. He's going to go in. There's the knock-up. Cool grabs it. And now the Chaos Storm going to follow Looper underneath this turret. There's the Prey Seeker, but OMG, they want one thing, and it's called a turret.
Yeah, exactly right. They force him off. They get another kill onto the jungler. That's going to mean Dragon number 2. Or they can just keep pushing through right now. Because Uzi, as we said, with that Infinity Edge, this has always been Caitlyn's game. Siege up. Use that obnoxiously long range to take down structures. And with 5 gone at 16 minutes in, they're looking to break the base.
Yep, half health on this inhibitor turret. Still a few minions waiting around. San and Cool and Uzi all smacking it, and that is going to be the first inhibitor turret at 16.5 minutes.
And OMG, game to game, getting so much more impressive. Game 1 went down to the wire. Game 2 a little bit more comprehensive. This game 3 has been one-sided as all heck. 8,000 gold, 16 minutes in. And now they're looking to pick up another dragon.
It's the way they've done it as well, Spawn. The fact that, you know, this Caitlyn able to get ahead very, very early. They stacked everyone up, then switched it over into the top lane, managed to get the ganks wherever they were needed. Loveling's played fantastically the whole series long.
Yeah, it was really that teleport play in the bottom lane. You know, they started on the right foot by getting the first blood, but then able to get the huge teleport play where everything went in their favor. Uzi looked up after that and was 3-0-2. And just thought, man, I'm feeling good about today. I knew there was something about today that I liked. That's why I've been smiling so much lately.
Exactly.
Today is a good day, and it looks like OMG going to try and move on to the second stage of this Gauntlet run.
Yeah, looking to move on up the standings. I believe something like the likes of Vici Gaming next, if I guess correctly. Honestly, do not have it in front of me, ladies and gentlemen, so don't quote me on it just yet, but that would be my educated guess. Piercing Arrow going to do basically nothing to Loveling with only a cloth armor of armor, and that is not really what you'd want from your Varus, who is going for the AD carry type build. Does almost have that Infinity Edge built up as well as those Berserker's Greaves, but the Varus
far
has been
behind he is. Whole static shift. Dade can't even fight Loveling at this stage. Sign going to come in.
Yeah, does manage to land the stun. Tibbers goes down as well. Dade wants to be able to find it, but Rift walks on top of the lantern to his death.
So another casualty. Looper holding Uzi underneath the bottom lane turret. They're sending Condi down there. If nothing else, they will kill Uzi.
Uzi actually walking away.
Yeah, playing it smart.
Troubles in his life.
So it will be Vici Gaming next. They did finish 6th, as you said.
Condi. Fish goes wide. Uzi trying to do what he can. Playful Trickster not going to find the damage. Explosive Cast doing some work there.
Oh, he got him!
My
No,
goodness, Looper. Is he going to get killed by the minions? That's the question. Going finds his way in. Uzi turns around. One more auto attack. Uses the ultimate. What the heck? And in comes Cool. Uzi, you should have died. You don't channel Ace in the hole when there's a... Oh.
It's about sending a message sometime, and you know, Looper had the audacity to dive Uzi's Caitlyn, and he just wanted to send the message, Atlas.
And Uzi had the audacity to use the Ace in the hole when he was one auto attack from dead.
Semantics, my dear play-by-play caster.
Well, 10,000 gold is going to be the lead for OMG now. And man, yeah, that was definitely sending a message. We do have the Berserker's Greaves completed, but let's have a look at this again.
Yeah,
what the heck just happened?
Able to get the first crit to start it all up, and I believe he gets another one here. Oh, that was painful. Looper survives on nothing. They're going flashes in. And this is, I think, what you're talking about.
Yeah, that one.
The Troll Pole stops it coming through, and Cool able to pick it up.
Yeah, baited. Unfortunately for Condi, he wasn't able to grab himself the kill because Going still had his eye on the prize. Oh, Twisted Advance looking for it onto Looper. Does get there. There's the knockback and the slow, but Twisted Advance, of course, dodged by the Playful Trickster. Looper going to be fine.
And the problem is it's still so ridiculously early in the game that OMG can't really dive turrets. You think that they would go bottom lane and try and siege up the already prepared inhibitor. But look like they just are willing to play it out. They certainly have a good scaling composition.
Uzi's pinging the Baron.
And the jungler's going back. Is he going to ult back in? That is the real question. He is. They might just start this up.
Yep, San might just Tibbers it too. We shall see. Oh no, Uzi's seen Dade.
Yeah. All of a sudden, Uzi's like, I want the cast in him.
Yeah. Oh, uses his net to get right up to him as well. Look at the crits from Uzi. There's the ace in the hole. Loveling doesn't even need to spend any time under the turret. Too easy.
Why are you flashing, man? I got this.
Yeah.
Another turret probably going to fall. SMLZ.
Yeah, SMLZ, nothing that he can do. Built over Peacemaker over this wave. Yep, Arrow. Not going to find San, so that's going to be 7 turrets, sorry. Of course, the inhibitor turret falling in the bottom lane. Every inner turret, every outer turret, and one inhibitor turret are dead, and OMG, they're sieging up the base. Yeah, one more time. There's the teleport in, saves the minion. They're going to do it, breaking the base one more time. Are they going to be able to get the inhibitor? That's the question. It looks like the answer is yes.
Comfortably. Already, mid has a creep wave on it. They can rotate into bot if they so choose.
That's 8 turrets in 22 minutes. It's like they've been doing nothing but auto-attacking turrets all game.
Lovely.
Just goes for a ride. That's okay. Death Sentence is going to land. There's the box. Chains of Corruption are down. Able to stun up a couple of members here, actually. Condi gets the body slam. San's going to die, but so does Fizz. Uzi at full health. Double buffs in the back line. Casually dodging out of the way of everything. Peacemaker to finish off Love City. Dade, decent damage there with the Force Pulse, but it's a double kill in the end. Condi able to tank up the ace in the hole. Does fall down, as I think he was tanking the turret. SMLZ's going to die as an afterthought. And OMG might be able to take down the last remaining inhibitor turret.
Yeah, 4 for 2 and a comprehensive team fight win. Cool looking for the ace.
Oh, dodges the body slam, kills Condi.
And wow, this has been an absolutely horrible game for M3. But OMG now can breathe a sigh of relief with a base in absolute tatters at only 23 minutes in. It looks like they will be able to set their date tomorrow night with Vici Gaming and try and advance in the Gauntlet.
Yeah, moving on, of course. You do need to gather momentum from these games. And OMG have done exactly that this time around. First game, definitely a little bit rocky. That could have gone either way. Second game, looking like OMG, pretty standard play. Played their own strategies. M3 stayed in it throughout the majority. This time,
surrender vote.
Completely horrendous. And OMG with a decimating performance. 12,000 gold in the lead at 23 minutes into the game. Surrender from M3, and they're out of playoffs already.
Yeah, and one thing we know off the back of that is that Dade and Lupa will miss Worlds.
Yeah.
And OMG and Uzi keep their hopes alive.
My goodness, incredible play from OMG. And look, the new roster, the new-ish roster, the one that's working now for OMG, definitely looking great. And Uzi looking fantastic back on the bench.
Vayne Caitlyn.
Off the bench.
Vayne Caitlyn is what Uzi played in that set and looked terrific. Going was the one for me, though.
Yeah.
His Rumble game was great. His tank play was really good in the next couple of games. His teleports were even back on point. That man on your screen, silencing a lot of critics. You know, there was been some questions about Xiong and now going in the top lane. But that man, not going to be the happiest camper. Dade.
No. Not going to be going to Worlds this time around, Spawn. So, look, M3, they don't get there. There's always next year, though. The King of Spring might be able to come back. Of course, that is what we're heading into. Being in the playoffs means that you are in the next split of the LPL. So Dade is going to be able to head back around next time. But OMG, congratulations to them. You saw Loveling on your screen looking like they're ready to get into the next match. It's not all celebrations right now, Spawn, because they have a long week up ahead of them.
Yeah, they made it incredibly difficult for themselves finishing in that 7th place
Yeah, what
spot.
were they thinking? Oh, hang on. No, that wasn't their choice. My bad.
So finishing in that 7th place spot, they have to run the longest way into the 1st place match, is what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Because they're going to end up on EDG's side of the bracket before finals, 100% if they do make it to that case. So it's going to be incredibly difficult. But if they play that brand of League of Legends, Atlas, there definitely is a shot.
Yeah, exactly right. But, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the night. Congratulations to OMG. They will be going up against Vici Gaming tomorrow evening. Before that, we will have some more LSPL, LPL promotion tournament action as 2144 Danmu Gaming are going to take on RNG, guys. Make sure you're here tomorrow. But for us, for myself, of course, I believe